Hey guys, this is Richie again for another quick bench update. It's been about a week since my last one. Made a little bit of progress in a couple of builds and also got a couple of packages and cool stuff I want to share with you guys. So I thought I'd do a quick update. So it won't be a long video, so we'll get straight to it. So let me start by showing you what I've been working on right now with the cameras. Two projects I've been working on, and that's the Rifle models. This one right here, the Firefly. And I started describing the Airfix B-17 Mark III, the RAF variant of the Flying Fortress. So let me switch the camera and I'll give you guys a closer look at what I've been up to. Okay, so here's the first thing I've been working on, and yep, bit of armor for a change, and it is the Rifle models British Sherman Firefly. Fantastic kit, not badly priced, great detail. It was really good detail, a lot of photo etch you get included. Pretty much, so where I'm at is I built everything and I just primed it. So I primed it all firstly in this guy, as always, the Mr. Sosa Black. And then I'll go in with some white and pick out the panels and kind of break it up a little bit, create a shadow effect, and then I'll go in with the paint afterwards. For the tracks, I think I'm probably gonna go with I'm gonna copy what I saw. I know Paul Bretland over in ISM was building some armor, and he used the LP57 metallic gray with a dash of brown. So I think I might copy him and do that for the tracks. So great, like I say, great kit. The only issue I had was the instructions aren't the best. A little bit kind of hard to understand. Often you see these arrows, which means you have choices, but it's kind of like different options, but it's sometimes hard to kind of understand exactly what each option is. That's why I kind of struggled in the build. I didn't really understand, what I was kind of doing and stuff. The instructions weren't the best, but the kit itself, like I said, fit was flawless. Here it is. Kind of looks strange in black, but again, it's just a primer. Still got like little tools and stuff to go on. I'll paint those separately and add them on afterwards. The barrel kind of travel stand holder thing, I can't find it anywhere. I looked in my box and it's not there. It's not on the sprue, so I've kind of lost that. So, I mean, I'll have to go without it, but it's not a big deal. But, I mean, I'm sure it'll come up somewhere. It's just, I can't, for whatever reason, that piece is just missing. But anyway, so here is, yep, really liked it. And then as I built both tracks, again, fully workable with pins in, really nice tracks with jigs. They weren't bad at all building them. You don't get many spares though, so I mean, I had like one pin left over at the very end, so if you lose any in the carpet and stuff, just be careful. You get a few tracks extra, but not many pins. So yeah, but yeah, both tracks done. Again, primed. Took about, I put a YouTube thing on last night and built the last set, and it took about an hour and 45 minutes to do one set. I knocked out whole side in one go. So about an hour and 45 for that one set of tracks, one side of tracks. So yeah, really nice. You can see kind of the cast detail on the turret. I'm really kind of happy how it turns out. So with armor, the magic happens with the weathering and the paint. So I kind of got the build stage out of the way, so I'll get into the paint. And next time you see this, it'll be probably painted, and maybe the weathering started too. So that's the first project. The second project is the B-17, the Airfix one. It's the B-17G, but it's the RAF variant, so it's in camo. So it's called a Mark III. So I went online and printed out the some rivet guides. As you see, this aircraft's covered in rivets. The actual kit, Airfix, it's a 72nd scale. Don't rivet anything. It just comes in panel lines. So I think I talked about this in my last video. So I did put a note in the last video. I got confused for some reason. When I edited it, I realized I said that 0.5 was bigger than 0.65 millimeters, and that's obviously not the case. So I end up using the Rosy Riveter 0.65, which is obviously a bigger size rivet. This is more for 48 scale, but when I did some testing on my Buster with 0.50, it's really hard to see. I put a couple of paint on it and stuff, and then a wash, and you could barely see it. So really a waste of time in this scale. So I went a little bit bigger, so hopefully you can kind of see some of it once it's painted. I'm not sure you can pick that up in the camera, but I riveted the whole wings, top of the wings already. I don't know if you can see that at all without the wash, but so I did that, and I started a little bit with the fuselage. I just started the tail back here. Again, I'm not sure if you can kind of really see at all, but so yeah, it went on pretty well. I'm not a rivet counter, literally, so I didn't like take the calipers out and measure each one exactly or do each exactly rivets in the same spot. I just basically eyeballed the chart I had, the drawing, and just kind of looked where they went roughly and just kind of ran it across and did it kind of roughly. So it's in the right kind of range. Again, even if I use 0.65, I'm kind of concerned you're not going to see it even once it's done. Hopefully you can, because it wasn't a lot of work. Maybe this was a couple of hours to do the wings, and then maybe half an hour to do the back of this. I still got the whole fuselage to do. It's an okay job. It's not the most exciting thing to do, so I'm gonna kind of break it out and do a little bit here and there. So I used the rotary riveter, and I have this like flimsy kind of metal kind of ruler, and I just basically hold it and then I run my across, and that's it. Most of them are okay. A couple of times it kind of jumped a little bit. I went a bit offline, especially around some curved bits, but again, you're not really going to see it. I think I'm quite happy how it turned out. Again, hopefully, really, when you do the wash, you can see this. So that's the two kits I've been working on. Really, my priority right now is getting the Firefly finished. I've not built armor in a long time, so I want to get that one under my belt and done. And then I'll carry on with this one, and then see how this one goes. So let me switch the camera back to me, and we'll talk about some purchases which I just got. So there you go. So that's what I've been up to. Now let's talk about some purchases. I got a couple of cool packages coming in the mail last week, so I thought I should kind of share those with you and show you what I kind of got. One of these will be a project I'll be working on pretty soon. So let me show you what I got. So firstly, a few little aftermarket things. A Aries resin cockpit for the you see for the Prowler, 72nd scale. Also a mast for the Prowler and a mast for the Buccaneer. The 72nd Buccaneer. Definitely mast for the Prowler because that's a lot of glass on that one. So that I actually bought. Hasegawa actually reboxing as always and bringing out a new one with new markings in May. Well, it's May now, so May the 2nd today. So it'll be coming out any day. I know there's some delays in Japan, especially the mail coming out, so it might be a while. But I did pre-order it from Plaza Japan. It's a pretty good price, and I've got before the shipping went crazy. I put a pre-order in, so I'm not sure if I get it or not. But it's the Prowler, and the markings are the farewell, the last before it got retired, special markings. So that looked pretty cool. So I do like the Prowler. So I thought the cockpit's so prominent in that one with all the glass work and stuff. I went and got the resin set, and I said the mask. Often this is the case. Normally these sets aren't really that much more expensive than buying just the seats. Often I find out when I look at the pricing, a couple of seats. Well, you actually have 4 seats in the Prowler, but I mean, normally seats compared to buying the whole cockpit, it's only like just a couple of bucks different. So it's might as well, most of the times you get the whole set. So hopefully that fits okay. So that's a couple of aftermarket bits. Another aftermarket I got is, remember a couple of weeks ago, I got this guy. I showed you this already. This awesome kit, the limited edition Edward dual pack Heinz, 2 Heinz and 72nd scale, and there's tons of markings on there. So I noticed, going through some other stuff, that Black Dog had this guy, which is an engine set for it. Now, those fellows of the channel will know that I'm a big fan of Black Dog. I'm totally gonna jinx it now, but normally they fit really good. Excellent detail, and I really love the Black Dog sets. Not bad price. So I did take it out of the box. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but let me take out the bag and see if you can kind of show you the detail on this thing. It's pretty amazing. It's in the 72nd scale. Focus it. Got the sun shining behind me too. It's kind of like late afternoon here in Virginia. But yeah, so there you go. Hopefully you can see that detail's amazing. The kit's nice as it is, but with that added in there, it's really gonna make it pop. So I got that one. It wasn't very expensive at all. So that's another little aftermarket part for the Heinz set. I'll still put it back in the box so I don't lose it. Then finally, after about 3 weeks from Amazon, I got the PropsOn drill. Those you remember, a couple of months back, I got somebody recommended me on one of the forums this little USB drill from Amazon. I bought it, but the problem was when you turn it on, it always started fast and then went slow. It's kind of reversed, so you couldn't really get much control because it always went full speed before you could actually turn it down. So I returned it, and the PropsOn actually wasn't much more expensive. Now, PropsOn is a German product, quality product, well known within the modeling circles. It makes some great tools. This has a dial where you can actually turn it and dial it the speed. The usual kind of drill bits fit really good. Like I say, this is only a couple of bucks more really than the Chinese USB one I had. It was this I bought Amazon Warehouse. It was like an open box one. I think it was like $28 maybe, which was a really good price. The only thing was that I had to have Amazon Prime, but with the way things are right now, I guess this isn't like an essential item. So I did order it. It took like 3 weeks of Prime to deliver it. So it is what it is. But anyway, so I got this. The only thing with these are, because it's German, has like a German plug, you need the adapter, special transformer for them, a PropsOn transformer. They're about 30 bucks. So I bought that. I bought that actually a few weeks ago. From the cheapest I found was actually from PropsOn themselves. They had pre-shipping, so I bought that directly from the manufacturer. And this just plugs in, so it's mains powered, and this has amazing control. It's definitely a big difference. So yeah, this German engineering, really like this. So this would be a really good, useful tool to have. Got that. Then finally a couple of kits. So I bought something else, and then while I was at it, I saw this guy, the Riders of the Sky. So Edward limited edition. They brought two out. They brought one out, and then they sold out, and then they brought another one out, limited edition, which is this one. Has the same book, I think, inside it. Has a book, which I really love these kits with books. So it has a book and then all these cool markings. This usually retails. Well, these sort of set up pretty good, pretty quickly. That marking there, it's kind of caught my eye. You see that one's like the Canadian one with like the face. So these usually sell for about $100 or £100, depending if you're US or UK. That's about kind of what it sells for. I saw it up on, I put an order in Model Hobbies, and they had it for $56.99. So, I mean, when I saw that price, and I already had something in my basket, the shipping wasn't really that much more extra. So I snapped it up. I thought it was a great price. These guys are good to have. It's almost like government bonds. Edward limited edition, never lose value. I mean, you can't go wrong. Not that I buy stuff for value or to make money or anything, but if you ever change your mind in the future and want to sell it, you always get your money back on these things. So if I see any Edward limited edition I always snap them up, especially like the Desert Babe Tornado that sold out within like a day or two. So make sure you check online. Edward every month release like an info book, and it shows you what's coming up next month and the current month and the following month. So you can see kind of what's coming up, and you can put pre-orders and stuff in. But this one looked a really nice kit. I think it's a Hasegawa kit. I think Edward did a special sprue to go with it, and then usual resin stuff, and that they throw in down the book. Yeah, I think it's a poster in there too. But they're the markings. But that guy right there, the yellow nose, really caught my eye. So that one actually comes with a mask set. So you can has a special mask set, so you can mask the nose and paint it, and then the decals are literally just the eyes and the and like the black line that goes around the edge, which makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to put the whole decal across the whole nose, like the mouth obviously as well. So yeah, so you have a mask set for that one if you want to do that scheme. And then finally, as you guys know, I love the Tomcat and Tornado, and sorry, the sun's kind of shining right in me now. Turn the light down, so that makes a difference. So I bought another one of these. I couldn't help myself. I mean, I love this kit. This kit's amazing. I built this one before. If I remember, I put a picture up. So I built this about 2 years ago. When it first came out, I did it in the ambush aggressor markings and the blues. Loved the amazing kit. At the time, my mojo was really down modeling. I was really struggling, and I picked that kit up around Christmas, like I said, 2 years ago. And I couldn't stay off the bench. I just knocked that thing out. I enjoyed it. The fit is fantastic. It's an amazing kit. Yeah, it's great. I always end up doing Tomcats with wings out for some reason. So this time I'm actually going to do in like a park position with wings back. Now the reason I bought this kit is because one of my favorite markings of all time is these, the F1. And what I'm referring to is on here the red ones, like the wolf pack. I mean, I love that scheme. The iconic like 1980s, well actually late 70s, I think 77. The F1, those tornadoes, like the white with the red markings, it kind of reminds me a lot like G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe jet. Definitely 80s, like late 70s, 80s. It looked really cool. That jet had white and then I think like a buff nose. So really wanted for a long time to do that. Like, I kind of thought about doing a Great Wall Hobbies, the 72nd scale one, but the price is kind of high and stuff. And then I'm an on. I really love this aircraft. I know it's 48 scale and it's very big, but what I'm going to do is I'm probably not going to build this right away. I think I'm going to finish these couple of projects and maybe start this later in the summer as my big summer build. So I got this and with these markings, but not only that, I went a little crazy. I bought these too. So I got the big Sin set, which is resin from Edward. It's wheels, exhaust, and cockpit. Now, out the box, this kit is fantastic the way it is. Need a couple of seats maybe, and also maybe the engine nozzles, exhaust nozzles might need upgrading. But these sets were pretty cheap too. So I bought this stuff from Model Hobbies. They're a little bit hit and miss. They're good prices, but the customer service sucks. They often short ship and stuff. So if you buy from them, the warning is you just prepare, you know, 1 order in 10 or 2 in 10, you might get some kind of issue. But I've been pretty lucky recently. Ordered a few things from them. They shipping from the UK to US. Somehow they ship from Netherlands. So I guess they have a European distribution center. This only took 2 weeks to come here, which is great. It did have a US shipping label on it, so I'm not sure, maybe they partnered up with somebody here in the US, but buying from there, obviously as I'm non-EU, I get 20% off the bat. I pay VAT, and then the good prices, and normally the shipping isn't that bad. Right now the shipping's more expensive everywhere because of the lack of flights and the pricing's going up. A lot of places, including Model Hobbies, aren't doing like the cheap shipping. It's all tracked and a lot of high priority shipping, but I really kind of consolidate my items to get a good value for money. So yeah, these work out. Getting some Model Hobbies, these big Sin sets are about half the price of buying Sprue Brothers or Scale Hobbyist here in the US. So it is a big savings. So yeah, so I went crazy. So I bought the big Sin set, as you can see, and not only that, which again, these have good weapons in a box, but I guess I was looking for some retail therapy or something, and I ended up buying the big Sin weapons pack too. So I got the full resin, AIM 9 GH Sidewinders, AIM AIM 7E Sparrows, and the Phoenix. All resin and some photo etch and decals and stuff. So, I mean, like I said, this kit out of the box is pretty special the way it is, and I built it straight out of the box last time. I think I just added because of the aggressor, I added the aggressor pods, like a resin aftermarket one, and that was pretty much it. But so this time around, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do the Wolfpack markings, make it iconic, and going with the full-blown 2 packs of Big Sin. So it'll be pretty much a super build. So a lot of work. I've never tried the Edward Braslin cockpits before. I've done Aries, so I'm not sure how these go. Hopefully, if you guys have used them, put a note in the comment below. Hopefully they fit pretty good. There's not much surgery needed, but I don't know. I never really know much about them. They look pretty good. I did open the box real quick and took a look inside. Compared to Aries, maybe some of the details aren't quite so pronounced. The switches and buttons and stuff, it still looks pretty good. But I think it would definitely be an upgrade, especially kind of like the shrouds and stuff. They're really nicely modeled in resin as well, and also the seats and stuff. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, like I said, I thought I'd share this stuff with you today. I'm really excited about this. I've built this one before, and I know it's a fantastic kit, and I'll definitely do this one this summer. Maybe in a couple of months, I'll get some of these other projects out of the way, and I'll get going on this big project, all this resin stuff. Like I say, the weapons and stuff alone is going to take a long time to build, and all these other little parts and stuff. So that's it. Quite a lot of news. Hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I'll catch you next time. So happy modeling, and see you next time. Goodbye.